Ladies and gentlemen, hello, and you're watching TTV News, some latest events in the province. And now coming to details. Ladies and gentlemen, on September 8, at the government headquarters, Deputy Prime Minister Trần Lưu Quang head up the working group, chaired the first meeting of the Prime Minister Administrative Procedure Reform Working Group. The meeting was connected online with 63 provinces and cities across the country.
At the main connecting point, there was the attendance of Vice Chairman Provincial People's Committee Trần Văn Chiến. Speaking at the opening of the meeting, Deputy Prime Minister Trần Lưu Quang emphasized that the conference needed to focus on discussing different problems, suggestions, and recommendations. The working group will try to synthesize and build the plan in the spirit of promoting the responsibility of the members of the working group, heads of the ministries and local branches for implementation. The conference approved the Prime Minister's decision to establish a working group on administrative procedure reform, decision approving the list of members of the Prime Minister's Administrative Procedures Reform Working Group. Accordingly, Deputy Prime Minister Trần Lưu Quang is the head of the working group. The deputy team includes Minister, Head of the Government Affairs Trần Văn Sơn, Standing Deputy Team Minister of Home Affairs Phạm Thị Thanh Trà, Minister of Justice Lê Thành Long, Deputy Minister of Public Security Nguyễn Duy Ngọc, with the members who are the Deputy Ministers of relevant ministries also. It is known that the Prime Minister Administrative Procedures Reform Working Group has the function of intersectorial coordination, helping the Prime Minister direct and urge ministry and branches and also localities to implement the goals, the tasks and solutions, and on the reforming administrative procedures, strengthening administrative discipline, and improving the policy's response capacity. Also at the meeting, many key task groups were also specifically noted by Deputy Minister Trần Lưu Quang, head of the Prime Minister Administrative Procedure Reform Working Group. In the last months of the year, the working group will focus on directing and urging the ministry branches and localities to publish and publicize administrative procedures on the National Database on Administrative Procedures, receive, process, and resolve the problems related to the regulations and administrative procedures, inspect, ratify, and handle acts of harassment that cause difficulties in resolving administrative procedures, establish a working group to review and reform administrative procedures of ministry and agencies. The section focused on discussing difficulties, obstacles, and bottlenecks in the reform of administrative procedures, and thereby creating positive changes to serve the people and businesses effectively. Deputy Prime Minister Trần Lưu Quang, head of the working group, pointed out a number of reasons why the current administrative procedures reform work is still slow, such as institutions are regulated by decrees, circulars, so regulations are not timely adjusted, supplement. In some places, there are people do not want transparency, coordination is not good anymore, and decentralization is not strong. There is also avoidance and fear of responsibility. In the coming time, the Deputy Prime Minister proposed that ministry branches and localities need to enhance the role of the leader, and in order to reduce administrative procedures, they must meet two requirements: controlling the situation and creating favorable conditions convenient for the people.
On September 8, the Central Propaganda Department held the September 2023 Reporter Conference in the online forum. Comrade Phan Xuân Thủy, Deputy Head of the Central Propaganda Department, chaired the conference.
At the connecting point, Mr. Lê Thành Công, Provincial Party Committee member, Deputy Head of the Standing Committee on Duty of Provincial Party Committee's Propaganda Department, attended the event. The conference heard from the leaders of Ministry of Education and Training for the topic information, key tasks of the school year of 2023 and 2024, and reorientation in the coming time. And Director of Ministry of Foreign Affairs announced the topic competition and war and the current major country strategies of Vietnam, impact and policies for the events. Orientation in the coming time, the Central Propaganda Department emphasized the propaganda work focused on the propaganda party building work, including the continued to propaganda the results of midterm party central committee conference semester called the 13th. Deploy and implementation of tasks is the preliminary midterm conclusion of the party committees at all levels. The propaganda work of foreign affairs information of the sea and island demarcation and demarcation and patriotic emulation movement, and continue to propagate the learning and follow Ho Chi Minh's morality, ideology, and style, and of the 2023 seminar, propagating the struggle to prevent and combat the crime, maintain the social order and safety association for keeping the environmental protection, and propagating the major holidays and important events in September of 2023. And on the morning of September the 8th, the Union Friendship Organization of the Ninh Province and the Union of Friendship Organizations of Dong Nai Province had a working session to prepare to implement a plan to organize the Friendship Melodics Festival in the Southeast Region, Ministry Cluster Number 4, and the cultural exchanges with Consulates General of countries in Ho Chi Minh City. The Friendship Melody of the Southeast Region Cluster 4 and the cultural exchange with the Consulates General of the countries in Ho Chi Minh City will take place on November 10 and 11 of 2023 in Ninh Province. The festival aims to improve the effectiveness of people-to-people diplomacy, contribute to promoting the image of the country and the people of Vietnam to the international friends, and strengthen friendly and cooperative relationship with Consulates General of the countries in Ho Chi Minh City and provinces in Cluster 4 of the Southeast Region. It is an opportunity for the Ninh Province to further tighten friendship with the countries around the world, promoting practical activities and enhance cooperation and development. The festival requirements are to ensure practically and to spread to all classes of the people the cultural richness and diversity of the countries. And on the morning of September 8th at U Nghĩa Lecture Hall, the Ba Mountain Pagoda System solemnly held a rice ceremony of Vu Lan Festival to show filial piety, with a rice ceremony to pray for the requiem of heroic martyrs and ancestors of the 9 families and hundreds of families. The ceremony was attended by a large number of monks, leaders of department branches, unions of the Ninh Province, and the city and Buddhists from near and far. In the respectful, warm, and joyful atmosphere of the Friday, everyone heard about the meaning of the Vu Lan season, and today Vu Lan Festival in the 7th lunar month is not only a meaningful Buddhist holiday, but has become a beautiful traditional cultural feature of Vietnamese people, an opportunity for children and grandchildren to show respect to their parents and their mothers and grandparents, ancestors, and the lifestyle of relatives expressing their children's gratitude and filial piety to their ancestors. And during the ceremony, the following ritual takes place: offering flowers, sad process, pray for and the grateful of our ancestors and parents and teachers who have nurtured and taught our person, and offer Mental Drama Medicine. On this occasion, leaders of department branches and unions of the province and the city had also fresh flower baskets and congratulatory wreaths.
In the morning of September 8, the Bromiso Red Cross Society summarized the association work and school Red Cross activity school year 2022-2023.
In the 2022 and 2023 school year, Red Cross official members and school volunteers to donate blood to save the lives, contributing to promoting the general humanitarian blood donation movement of the entire province with more than 2,200 units of blood. Regarding the implementation of the humanitarian social work, the school Red Cross has assisted policy families with revolutionary contributions, teachers and students and the people's significant circumstances with a total value of price more than 13 billion Vietnam dong, mobilized assistance to more than 1,700 humanitarian outreaches. The school also mobilized and donated more than 300 bicycles to students who live far from school and have difficulty traveling, awarded more than 3,100 scholarships to the advantaged and studious children, donated more than 63,000 notebooks and textbooks to the people also. On this occasion, the Provincial People's Committee rewarded groups and individuals with outstanding achievements in association work and the school Red Cross movement in 2022 and 2023 school year.
Ladies and gentlemen, building a green economy and green supply chain are also a new development direction for businesses, have been to create a competitive position and have an environmentally friendly brand.
The green supply chain management invests in applying ESG environmental, social, and governance criteria will help the Vietnamese business become a strong link in the global sustainable supply chain of the bridge. However, it is also not an easy challenge. According to experts, the ability to organize the green supply chains in Vietnam in general is facing many problems, such as small-scale production, thinking businesses with limited potential and not being able to keep up with the global standards system. First is awareness. That is the challenge. The second challenge for businesses is development. It also requires cooperation and systematic transformation from the government, creating a green business environment, providing very clear rules and incentives for the businesses to be deployed. Another difficulty is the lack of resources and finance to invest in green development and green production, and green exports can only rely on green supply chains. The pressure to green the supply chain, especially in Vietnam being an export-led economy, means accessing global green rules is a requirement that cannot be avoided.
Ở Việt Nam, doanh nghiệp đang tiếp cận xu hướng xanh và tham gia vào chuỗi cung ứng xanh. Tuy tiến trình thực hiện chưa mạnh mẽ, song đây sẽ là cơ hội tốt cho các doanh nghiệp khi mà các nhà nhập khẩu ngày càng đòi hỏi khắt khe về yếu tố xanh. Nếu không tuân thủ, các doanh nghiệp có thể bị đẩy ra ngoài và đánh mất khách hàng. Vì thế về lâu dài, cùng với sự hỗ trợ của phía chính phủ, các doanh nghiệp cần mạnh dạn đi theo xu hướng này. Rõ ràng, đây là cơ hội lớn.
One of the closest goals for Vietnam today is green export to avoid being eliminated from the new game. Businesses need to put the task of protecting the environment on par with economic performance and also with the support of the government. This trend will bring great opportunities for businesses to keep up. And ladies and gentlemen, pork purchasing power during the Tet holiday is usually from 10 to 20% higher than the normal days, and therefore at this time the farmers and businesses are actively preparing to reherd, gradually increasing the capacity to supply meat for end-of-year consumption. This year, reherd takes place in the context that the price of pork is still precarious and volatile, not to mention the influence of big smugglers across the border. So, in order to reherd and increase the herds to achieve the productivity and efficiency, the prudent and appropriate steps needed. If at the beginning of the year, livestock production faced difficulties due to fluctuation in input prices, from the second quarter onwards, the price of pig began to increase, and the situation was more positive. However, to regenerate the herd effectively, farmers still have many worries. At the end of this year, the pork consumption will increase by 10 to 20% compared to normal days, leading to the need to increase the herds. Although this year prices are volatile and purchasing power is difficult to forecast when economic situation is still difficult, the farms and livestock enterprises still actively increase their herds to prepare for the early supply. We are building a lot of high-tech farms, putting them to use. Commercial pig productions are very large, expected, and at the end of the year, the total output will be about 400,000 pigs, especially in the fourth quarter. And from the beginning of 2023 up to now, the country's total pig herd has increased about 2.5%, while meat production has increased by 6.5% over the same period, estimated at 2.3 million tons, and thanks to solutions to encourage livestock production, biosecurity decreased safety also. However, pig farming still faces many difficulties due to the unable prices and pig smugglers across the border. To ensure the supply of pork for the end of the year, the agricultural industry continues to develop high-quality, high-yield breeds, low feed consumption coefficients, and build up raw materials area for the food processing to stabilize investment and to enter the markets. With a herd of about nearly 25 million pigs, 54 million poultry, and nearly 10 million cattle, we are sure that with this broad momentum, food before, during, and after the Tet holiday will be at a stable price and with effective of the farmers. and will be supported effectively for the farmers. The Ministry of Agriculture and Rural Development will also strengthen supervision of the slaughter, transportation and smuggling of pork so as not to affect domestic production and consumption, especially at the peak serving for the pork and during the Tet holiday in the markets.